Good morning, my name is Tamara Jones and today I will discuss the health and fitness of a 21-year-old AFL player who has come to me with the aim of maintaining weight and muscle mass during. I'll begin by reviewing the client's anthropometric measures, medical history and current health treatments before moving on to the results of the pre-exercise screening tools. The initial consultation notes include past and current physical activity as well as the client's health, behavioural and exercise goals. A needs analysis will run through the physical and physiological demands of AFL to inform future exercise prescription. I will then conclude by summarising important points and presenting an action plan and recommendations for this client. The client is a 21-year-old male with a height and weight of 181 centimeters and 69.5 kilos respectively, resulting in a BMI of 21. As I mentioned, the client is aiming to maintain his weight and muscle mass throughout the AFL season. The client's medical history includes 3 kidney surgeries from 2010 to 2012, with 6 monthly urologist checkups and MAG3 scans to monitor kidney function. The client has been given medical clearance to train and exercise normally without risk. The client also has ongoing back and shoulder injuries that are monitored with 2 physio sessions a week. The first session involves preventative strapping prior to games, and the second is a rehabilitation session following games. These injuries don't currently limit the client's exercise or training and are well monitored for changes that may cause harm. The ESSA Adult Pre-Screening Tool aims to identify anyone at risk during physical activity or exercise due to a known or underlying disease. The client has answered yes to do you have any muscle, bone or joint problems that you have been told could be made worse by participating in physical activity or exercise. The client has received guidance from a physio in relation to his back and shoulder injuries and is able to undertake physical activity and exercise safely. The client also completed Part 2 of the ESSA Pre-Screening Tool, designed to identify risk factors to inform exercise prescription. The client was classified as a low-risk client, with ESSA stating individuals at low risk may participate in aerobic physical activity and exercise up to a vigorous or high intensity. Guidelines for these exercise intensities can be seen on the screen. Similarly, in the Part Q&U questionnaire, the client answered yes to do you have a bone or joint problem that could be made worse by a change in your physical activity. However, the Part Q has a specific focus on risk if you are planning to become much more physically active than you are now. The client is already extremely active, as I will cover shortly, and has been given medical clearance to participate normally in activities with regular support from a physio should the situation change. During the initial consultation, the client's past and current physical activities were discussed. The client has been highly active since a young age, beginning cross-country and AFL in primary school and adding resistance training in the gym during his late teens. Currently, the client has 3 AFL sessions each week, each lasting around 100 minutes, with the client running 6 to 8 kilometers per session, as well as 4 gym sessions 60 minutes in length. The client maintains his current fitness level to continue performing well during AFL games, which leads us to his current goals. The client's major health goal is to maintain his weight and muscle mass throughout the AFL season. His behavioural goal will support this by following organised training programs that decrease the loss of lean muscle mass. His exercise goal is to achieve his health goal without any detrimental effects to his AFL skills, such as acceleration and sprinting ability. AFL requires contributions from aerobic and anaerobic energy systems, with the amount contributed from each system varying greatly between positions, depending on the role and actions of the players. Examples can be seen on the slide. In this circumstance, we are interested in backfielders, who have been shown to perform a greater number of high-intensity sprints than forwards. Backs have superior upper and lower body strength, which is necessary to support acceleration and sprinting ability. While aerobic endurance is important, the focus of backs is on sprint ability and specifically recovery time between sprints. Backs need to train the anaerobic glycolytic pathways to cope with the physiological demands of repeated maximal sprints, rather than focusing on aerobic endurance. It is also important to mention the significance of mass, strength, and size on the AFL field. Players with greater mass achieve significantly more marks than lighter players, with the taller and heavier players being favoured during recruitment. This supports our client's goal of maintaining weight and muscle mass while also maintaining his. To summarise, our client is a young fit male who is not at risk during physical activity or exercise due to a medical condition. The client's back and shoulder injuries are well monitored by a physio, and the client is safe to exercise without doing any further harm. For our client, the focus is on training the anaerobic glycolytic pathways to support a large number of maximal sprints during a game. Considering this information and the client's goals, my recommendations for future action are as follows. Aerobic training and resistance training should be well separated to reduce interference. Fatigue from an aerobic session could impact the gain of strength, power, and muscle mass from a resistance training session. The client should consume regular meals containing carbohydrates to remain in calorie surplus. This will help prevent the use of muscle protein as a fuel, resulting in the loss of muscle mass. My final recommendation would be to construct training around the position the client plays. Backs don't require high aerobic endurance levels. Endurance training would reduce specificity and put the client at risk of utilizing muscle protein as a fuel. Training should be game-specific with a focus on sprints and rest periods. This will help achieve the client's exercise goal of maintaining his AFL skills while supporting his health goal of maintaining weight and muscle mass. Following a periodized approach to training and eating regular meals containing carbohydrates is in line with the client's behavioral goal. Thank you for your time.